Okay, we're going to look at this question that is a little bit tricky, but it sort of shows you the different ways that they can ask questions. They give you this survey. This is from 2019, where they give you a survey of 100 people, and they're looking at what they paid for their cell phone contracts. They tell us that the estimated mean is 309 Rand, but unfortunately, it's missing some data here. And what this question forces you to do is to understand exactly what's going on with a frequency table and an estimated mean. Um, when you look at this table, you have to see that when you see a frequency of 7, it means 7 people paid between 0 and 100 Rand, and 12 people paid between 100 and 200. They say they're missing the information between 200 and 300. They're missing the information from 400 to 500, but they know the other parts. Okay, well, let's just look at the questions here and see if we can figure it out. Now, how many people paid 200 or less? Well, you just go to 200. Well, between 100 and 200, there's 12. Between 0 and 100, there's 7. So it's pretty clear there's 19 people that paid 200 or less. But then they want you to use this information up here to show that A is 24 and B is 16. Now, this is a little bit tricky. Well, the first thing you can say, though, they said there was 100 people. Now, there are two unknowns you have here, A and B. So what you do is you add all of these things, you add all the numbers, and I think you get 60. You subtract it from 100, you get 40. And then if we put the B over here, we've got a way of expressing A. A equals 40 minus B. Anyways, we can get a simple equation in A and B just by adding these all up and letting it equal 100. That's not too bad. But the next part, you've got this thing here that really forces you to understand what an estimated mean is. An estimated mean means you go for the midpoint. So 50, 150, all of those. You multiply it by the frequencies. So that's all they've done here. They said the estimated mean, 309, is 50 times 7, 150 times 12, 250 times A. We don't know what that one is. 350 times 35, 450 times P, 550 times 6, all over 100. So you add everything up. This represents all the 100 people, and it's an estimated. That's why they went to the midpoints. And you add everything together and divide by how many people there are, 100. That's how you figure out a mean. And it's estimated because these midpoints are really estimates. Okay, well, we've got our special thing here. We can, instead of B or instead of A, we can write down 40 minus B. So instead of 250 times A, we get 250 times 40 minus B. Well, we multiply out all these numbers and we put together all the B's and we'll get 200B, 450 minus 250. And if we add all these numbers and subtract it from 100 times 309, you get 3,200. You divide by 200, and there we have it. We have B equals 16, and A is 40 minus 16, A is 24. So it's a system of equations that we had to solve. And hopefully that helps. I hope it helps. Okay.